Creative beast enthusiasts, I have the Einiosaurus Procurvicornis Ceratopsian with me today. That was a tongue twister. I want to say Einio. We're gonna go over it today, creative beast enthusiasts. Let's go. Boom, baby. The Einiosaurus Procurvicornis. Einiosaurus Procurvicornis. We're gonna say yes to that. Spino Dude, help me out here. This is pretty difficult.
Einiosaurus Procurvicornis.
And this guy is based off the black dinosaur. It's a lizard iguana species of reptile that looks awesome, and that's how we got this color scheme. What's really cool is Dave Silva actually sculpted this by hand for the Ceratopsian line. This came out in wave 2 of the Ceratopsian line, and it's really cool to see his sculpt from start to finish. When Dave sculpts these guys, he actually used castelline. It's a waxy clay substance that you actually have to use heated tools to mold and deform. So it's really cool to see how Dave Silva came from just this blob of nothingness to sculpt this incredibly detailed figure. With this figure, because this is from our older lines, you get this cool card sleeve on the package. It has a foil Beast Mesozoic logo, and I love that. And we can just take it and slide it off. So you have the box right here and the card illustration on this sleeve. And the sleeves are really cool because on the back you actually have the card that comes included, our token cards that you can actually use in our Zoic game. Again, you have that cool foil look on top, but I love this. The front of the box, you have this cool open window so you can see in and see the Einiosaurus. The Einiosaurus. Spino, I'm gonna wreck that name. Please help me out. Top of the box, cool Beast of Mesozoic logoing with the Ceratopsian logo right here. Bottom of the box, everyone who worked on this figure. Side of the box, same as the top. This side, kind of an open thing. But what's really cool about the Ceratopsians and the Raptors is you have these artistically drawn color scheme showing off the other available dinos in the wave. And I think they're very cool. I think this is a really fun way to show them off. I do like seeing the actual action figures. Super interesting to see how Dave started off with the Beast of Mesozoic line. And we're gonna open this with the prototype print sample for the woolly rhino. Pull this bad boy out. Whoa. Ooh. And just like tradition, you get the photorealistic background in this Ceratopsian box. We also have the plastic ties, but what's really cool is the token card. And I love these. I think these are super cool. We'll go ahead and get that out. Check it out, don't need the trash. I love these cards because they're so fun, and this was started everything, so that gave Ross and I the idea to do the Zoic TCG. What's really cool is on the back you get cool facts and stats, and you can use these cards in our TCG. They're token cards. You can use them as a meat shield, as a sacrifice, as a buddy. Let's go and pull this guy out of here. So because this is the old school style of just having the plastic ties, I don't need to use anything to get them out. So I'm just gonna pull them out. If I can do that. I'm just gonna pull them out. And we got the tail. Now these tails, you just pop them in. You can put them in hot water or heat them up with a hairdryer. I prefer to use my awesome muscles to get them on, and we'll see how awesome my muscles are today. And they are awesome. I love how you get the great mobility in the hips. You can get them to widen, you can get them close to touch. Same with the shoulders, very wide range of motion. Very cool, very nice. And the head looks great. It's funny because a lot of people do not appreciate the head on this thing, Spino Dude, and say it looks like a pug, Spino Dude. But I don't know what this thing looks like, so it's pretty cool to me. I love how these eyebrows right here actually look like they're part of like a ramming horn. The nose on this thing, or I guess the nose, known for its unusual nasal horn. I was right, nasal horn. And it is very weird. I don't see how this horn was used for anything. It almost blocks it from eating, because if it was grazing, it would hit its nose. Like if it was going forward, I don't get it. It's a weird development. I do like these horns up here though. They look really cool. And I think it's a neat dinosaur. Just very strange. I do love these species of Ceratopsian because their crest isn't too huge and it can block the entire back of their nape. And I think that's very important because a dinosaur would come and try to eat their nape. So this looks really cool. The articulation of the jaw is great. and you can actually see that there are teeth inside of there. You can see in there all the teeth, very cool. And so you do have a hinge joint in the jaw, but I didn't even talk about the color scheme. Like I said, the Sternosaurus, the lizard, I'll show a picture right here. The black Sternosaurus, whatever that iguana thing is called, I don't know why it sounds like a dinosaur, is what this color scheme is based off of. And I really like it. I like these brown reds. They look really good with these darker grays, but the lighter grays and the darker grays really separate this head sculpt from its body and makes it look really cool. I do appreciate how it has this cool blacking markings that go across the entire sculpt with these awesome hips. Look at this. These hips right here look great. They had very burly iliac crests, which are these crests right here. Iliac is a hip, and it goes straight through the tail. I really like the brown coloring and wash on the bottom. It really brings the belly together, and I really love how red and deep this neck throat piece looks. It really does make it feel like a real creature and not just a color option. I love the shoulderings with the red and the blues. The blue touches are always welcome and look great, especially on this nasal horn. I did read that on the card, and I know what it is. Very cool. I like the black tips on these horns as well, and the gray beak looks good. You do get a hinge joint in the jaw, very nice, and a barbell in the back of the head, the skull, just connecting to the neck. So you get great ups, great downs. The neck is on two ball joints, so you get two barbell joints, one going to the skull, one going through the front of the torso. So you can get great ups blocked by the crest, which would be physically real and realistic, so that makes sense. You then get it all the way down, so you can get these good poses of drinking water if his nasal horn doesn't get in the way. You have barbells in the shoulders, so you do get the wides and close burly chest movements with 360 rotation if you would like. You do have a hinge joint in the elbow, so you can get good 90s there as well. And you have a ball joint in the ankle, so you get full 360 rotation and articulation in there. I don't know if you guys saw that. 360 rotation and articulation. You have a barbell in the center of the torso, so you can get very, very, very far downs and very, very far ups. That's great. You can also rotate it 360 if you would like, but you don't necessarily need to, because they didn't do that. You do get great articulation in the hips. You can pull them open wide, or pull them close together, or rotate them 360 as well. Look at that. They do have a hinge joint in the knee, so you get great 90-degree bends in there, and one in the ankle. So again, you get 90-degree bends there as well. You have a ball joint in the ankle foot now here, so you do get the great articulation range and rotation. The tail is on a barbell, so you get great ups, great downs, 360 movement and rotation. There is no bendy wire in this tail, but it is fun to play with. Look how cool this guy is. He's like a little lizard. I do really appreciate this guy. I feel like he has very good articulation. And I appreciate that because I like the realistic poses with these things, and I think it's way more fun when you can pose it like this and have it feel like he's actually out there doing real poses. So in my book, this is a win Spino. He looks awesome. He feels cool. I like his small, stocky build, and I really like this head crest. I think it's cool. The nasal horn is a little weird, but I appreciate it. It's pretty neat. Let's get some articulation poses out of this guy. All right, let's put this guy in a cool pose. He's gonna be looking around. His body's kind of bent. Defending from something. What's he gonna be defending from? Raptor! Tiny! All right, now that we've seen these awesome poses and the articulation possible, we saw them with the 1/18 scale Argentius, which is a human figure, the 1/18 scale Raptor, and the 1/1 scale Chris Chaotic. So we're gonna do the card art pose. And this illustration was done by Raul Ramos, and it looks incredible. So let's figure out how easy this is. It looks like he's just got a foot up and he's doing some type of turning to the right arm up. So he's just here, he's like this, he's turning to the right. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's go. And that creative beast enthusiast is an Einiosaurus, E-I-E-I-O, Einosaurus,
Einiosaurus Procurvicornis.
What did you guys think of this guy right here? He is super cool. I love the coloration, the articulation, and the balance of this creature is incredible. This is from our Beast of the Mesozoic 1/18 scale line. And if you like our figures or anything you've seen today, go to our website, www.creative-beast.com, to get all of our figures today. And don't forget, y'all, for the prehistoric to the fantastic, Creative Beast Studio!